Hello and you're very welcome to Kenny Park in Athenry. This is a big clash between the two big hitters in the camogie world over the last few years. It's Galway against Cork. Galway have a simple enough mission on their hands, win, and they're going to be in the league final, provided they beat Kilkenny's score difference. So Kilkenny are playing Tipperary at the same time as this one's going ahead. If they both win, as long as Galway can win by more than Kilkenny win by, they're straight through. So sounds a little bit more complicated than it is. All Galway will be worrying about today is getting the win. Cork, on the other hand, a little bit more complicated. They currently sit fifth. If they lose today, they have to hope that Kilkenny beat Antrim to avoid relegation. So they're really on the precipice. If they win and Kilkenny lose or draw and Tipperary lose, they'll make the final. So lots of things there to consider, and we'll probably touch on them throughout the broadcast. So basically, a win for either side here could really change their season. These teams know each other really well. Of course, they met in last year's All-Ireland final game that Galway won by 1 point thanks to that carried Dolan free in the very last stroke of play. Just looking at the run to today's game, Cork played Waterford the first day out and lost by 6 points. They then lost to Antrim down in Cork, which is a bit of a surprise, probably the biggest surprise in the Camogie League this year. They then went and got things back on track when they beat Kilkenny. That was 115 to 9 points, a 9-point win there then for Cork in that one. Before the last day out, when they looked to be home and hosed against Tipperary, Clodagh McIntyre came up and levelled it. So that one finished 2-8 to 111 in the end. That's how Cork got there. Looking at Galway, first day out, they lost to Kilkenny by a point, 113 to 211. They then lost to Waterford here. We were here a couple of weeks ago, right here in Kenny Park, when they lost out to Waterford 1-5 to 12 points. Now, a lot of that may have had to do with the fact that a lot of the players didn't get back from New York till maybe the Wednesday or the Thursday morning. They ended up losing by 4 points that day. Round 3 then they got things back on track, as the same as Cork in a lot of respects. They beat Tipperary 113 to 12 points, so a 4-point win for Tipperary that day. And then the last day out against Antrim, 113 to 111 was the score there, with a 2-point win for them. So both teams are out in front of us. Before we go any further, we'll have a quick look at the two teams. And the Galway team is playing as selected, so we'll run through that one. So in goals, we have Sarah Healy. Full back line, Rachel Hannafy, Roisin Black and Dervla Higgins. The half back line is Katie Manning, Ciara Hickey and Katie Ann Porter. Their midfield is Jennifer Hughes and team captain Carrie Dolan. Moving into their forwards, you have number 10, Niamh Mallon, 11, Niamh McPeak and 12, Aoife Donoghue. And their inside line is 13, Shannon Corcoran, 14, Mairead Dillon and 15, Aveen Barry. Moving on to Cork now, they have made 2 changes. We'll get to them in a couple of moments' time. But in goals, they have Amy Lee. Full back line is 2, Maeve Murphy, 3, Libby Coppinger, and 4, Maeve Cahalan, who is the team captain. 5 is Rachel Harty, 6 is Laura Hayes, and 7 is Ava Fitzgerald. Their midfield are number 8, Millie Condon, and 9, Izzy O'Regan. Their half-forward line is where we see the first change. We'll get to that momentarily. But number 10 is Emma Murphy, 11 is Orla Kremen, and number 12, Niamh McNabola, is replaced by number 26, Ava McAuliffe. So that's the change there. Ava McAuliffe comes in there in the number 12 position. The inside line then sees Hayley Ryan make way, and number 20, Saoirse McCarthy, come in her place. And a lot of Cork supporters will be delighted to see Saoirse coming back on there. She's had suffered a nice bit of injuries of late, but she will start today's game wearing number 20. Number 14 then is Orla Cahalan, and number 15 is Sorcha McCartan. So they're the two 15s as we have them at the moment. You can see the teams there just getting into their last little huddles. It's a gloriously sunny day here in Athenry. We're hoping for a really good game of camogie. Match referee today is Ray Kelly from Kildare, the man in the middle there. He'll be calling us through everything. A lot of other games going on, as I said already. Tipperary against Waterford. Waterford are already through to the league final. It's going to take place in a couple of weeks' time in Nolan Park, which gives Kilkenny maybe another incentive to go a little bit harder today if more incentive was needed. Cork are missing a few players coming into this one. Aisling Thompson, of course, fractured elbow. She had an operation there on Thursday, but we won't be seeing her back for a few weeks. Amy O'Connor, of course, also coming back from injury. Clodagh Finn and Ciara O'Sullivan, all players that Cork dearly would love to have today. They also lost a couple of players in more long term, decided to move over to Australia to do a bit of travelling. Aoife Healy, Hannah Looney and Kate Wall. They're all going to be gone for the foreseeable anyway. Looking at Galway's injury-wise, Anne-Marie Starr and Shauna Healy are both unavailable due to being pregnant, and Alwyn Rabbit is out with an ACL. So they're the changes, I suppose, players that are unavailable today. In the Galway side, we just see Cathal Murray, 8 year in charge, going to decide to the All-Ireland final, of course, in 2021 and 2025. The Sarsfield man won a county title as a player back in 2015. And now we're going to pause for Aran Naveen. So that's the end of our round of Ian. We're nearly ready to go here. We're slightly behind schedule. It's meant to throw in at 2 o'clock. We were about 1 minute past that now, but we won't mind once this one gets up and going. We should be in for a really good encounter between the two top dogs in Camogie over the last couple of years. Neither team will want to lose, despite what might be on the line. And just in terms of losing to your biggest rival, no one ever wants to do that. Both teams are going to be going for this from the start, you'd imagine. Cork, incidentally, have 8 players who started the All-Ireland final starting here today, while Galway have 9. So a couple of players involved, of course, with Cork, who won the Ashbourne Cup recently with UCC. We'll talk about them a little bit further on in the broadcast. Rachel Hartley, we see there with number 5 on her back, moving into midfield there for the throw-in for Cork, as we see Jennifer Hughes and Carrie Dolan in there for Galway. So, but the ball is dropped, the game is on, and away we go. Glorious day, as we said, here in Athenry. Not something you get to say too often, but the Galway people are delighted with the weather, they're delighted with the facilities, and away we go. They're on the ball. That looks like Carrie Dolan. She plays it down into the corner. Good start from her, nicely controlled there. That's taken up by Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon in plenty of time and space comes inside to make the angle a little bit easier herself, but she shoots it out to the right and wide. She'll be disappointed with that one. Seems to do everything right. Got the ball, controlled it, but into shot out to the right and wide, and the score remains 0-0 after 30 odd seconds. Now Cork are playing this through the lines, nicely taken down by Laura Hayes, an experienced player, goes across the field, nicely taken up by Millie Condon. Now Millie plays that in as far as Libby Coppinger, the former dual star, concentrating on the Camogie this year, plays it in around the full forward line. But Galway are strong there, coming out with that one. Looks like Roisin Black. She plays that right down to one-on-one ball inside. It's a long ball inside. It has come in. Looks like it's going to favour the Galway player. She's past her player. She's still going strong. This is Corker, and Corker bearing down in goals. Is she going to go for the 3-pointer? She's not. She's going to knock it over for the one, but she's actually put that to the right and wide. And Shannon Corcoran seemed to do everything right there. Came out, won the ball, beat her player, but then maybe due to the pressure of the goalkeeper and her marker, she shot wide in the end, and that's 2 wides now for Galway. And there's a bit of a pause here. There's a couple of little positional changes going on there. Carrie Dolan seems to be going in talking to the referee anyway. She looks like it's actually going to be a free, I beg your pardon. So we go back, it was a free in. So that would probably be as why Shannon felt she struck that one wide as a result of being fouled. So a chance now for Carrie Dolan, the team captain, to knock this one over. This should be no bother to her whatsoever. She scored 218 in the league coming into today's game. She strikes that one with power and confidence and knocks it over the bar, and we have the opening score of today's game after about 1 minute and 45 odd seconds, and it is Galway, the All-Ireland champions, who lead. So Amy Lee goes with that one down to our near side of the field. It's going to stay in just about. There's a bit of a clash there. That one looks like it was Niamh Mallon who's been all over the place today. She's gone down now, a bit of pushing and shoving. McCarthy involved in that one as well. Galway looked like they may have had it there through Katie Ann Porter, I should say. She doesn't have it though. Emma Murphy now has it though. Emma pushes off a couple of players back to Rachel Hartley now. Good vision from Rachel, tried to play that into the pocket. Just Millie Conn didn't read her intentions, and Galway were able to turn that one over now and play it out the field under no real pressure. Again, it's sent up towards Niamh Mallon. Niamh has it. Niamh did well there. Tries to cut inside there. Her way is blocked. She's forced to go back outside. This is Barry now on the ball. Barry, she's thinking a shot. No, it's going to cross the field. There is a bit of space. Carrie Dolan, who has stayed up. Her chance of a foul there. The referee says play on. Carrie does really well to shrug off a couple of tackles. She's looking for some support now. No, she's not. She's going to go for the shot. And Amy Lee had lost her footing. The ball is still there. Still might be a chance. Amy Lee lost her footing there as that one came in from Carrie Dolan. Galway still have a chance now to maybe get something from this. Comes back outside. It is Carrie Dolan again. Carrie, who started this whole move, scored from a free. Now she scored from play. But that could have been a hell of a lot worse from a Cork perspective. It looked like Amy Lee just kind of caught up in her own feet. She went down. It just left the goals, as you can see here. So Carrie sent it in. Amy then just seemed to maybe lose the flight of the ball. But the Cork defence did really well, and particularly Amy Lee just kept that ball from going into the back of the net. So Cork do concede a point, but it could have been a lot worse. And now Cork are on the attack, far side of the field, working it down. That one is coming in low. It just wouldn't stick. That was McAuliffe who sent that one in, and the Galway defence are standing up to this one well. They're full backline under a bit of pressure, but they're coming out with it. Good work there being put in by McCartan. Has she turned over the ball? She hasn't, but the ball has gone to ground, and Galway have got it back there through Higgins. Higgins plays it up along the line up to their half forward line. Back coming at it, Aoife Donoghue. Aoife Donoghue has lost it though. Cork have turned it over on their half forward position, fighting for this one. It's coming into a bit of a ruck, and out comes that. Looks like it's McAuliffe again. McAuliffe going the wrong way. She hits that kind of a no-look pass inside, and unfortunately for her it doesn't work out, and Galway have the time and space back there through Ciara Hickey to pick one up on this. Now Ciara goes out the near side of the field, nearly controlled there by Malin. Malin is doing well. She's having a right good battle there with Izzy O'Regan at the moment. Izzy gets a bit of help from Millie Condon now. Millie has it. Millie's under a bit of pressure as well though. Frantic stuff here just on the sideline. The ball has gone out of play, and it is going to be a line ball, and that line ball is to Galway, and the Galway players are congratulating each other there. They're delighted with the effort they put into that one, and they have won themselves a free about 45 metres out. And of course a line ball in the Camogie is worth 2 points. This is a long way out. It will be a fair effort, but coming over to take this one is Carrie Dolan, the Galway captain. She has 2 points already today as a Clarendon Bridge player, all-star in 2024 and 2025 of course, standing over this one, looking for some. She goes relatively short with this one. She nearly found Orla Kremen, Niamh Peake she nearly found, but Niamh McPeak doesn't control it. Niamh is still fighting for it. Now McPeak has it. She's done well. She's got out of a bit of traffic. Now she's got into a bit of space, but she needs some support. She goes back outside as far as Dolan again. Dolan gives a little side step back outside, and Galway are looking calm and composed at this stage as that one goes out over the Porter with the shot, but she's put that out to the right and wide. It was good build-up play from a Galway perspective. They worked it from the line into a more centre position, but the shot in the end went out and wide, and another wide for Galway. The ball drops again, still fighting for this one. There's a couple of players at Galway again seem to have a bit more energy about it at the moment. The hand is up, driving forward there. That was Aoife Donoghue. Typical Aoife Donoghue style. She just drives forward always, never afraid of anything, never afraid to throw her body on the line. She took a bit of a belt there and has won her side a free. Again, Carrie Dolan's going to come across and take this one. Carrie, the 3-time All-Ireland winner, of course. She won a minor All-Ireland back in 2017 too, did Dolan, and now she's a chance. Fairly central position, about 50 metres out. She's already scored 2 today, and there's nothing to say that she won't get another one. Galway incidentally are playing into a bit of a breeze. It's probably blowing diagonally across down into the corner, so lightly blowing into Carrie's face. Carrie goes with the shot, and where has she struck that one? She struck it between the post and over the bar. Number 3 for her now, 2 from frees and 1 from play, and her side are cruising at the moment. So Amy Lee, hand up to an Piercy player, all-star back in 2023 and 2024 was Amy. She's looking around, and where's she going to go? She goes relatively short, and they're able to run out as far as Libby Coppinger. Libby goes to the far side of the field over to the stand side, but she's turned over. It looks like good work there from all concerned inside in that one. And have they managed to turn this one back? They haven't. It's gone out of play. Far side of the field, line ball. The line ball going the way of Cork, and it's going to be taken over there by Fitzgerald, who won an All-Ireland minor back in 2023. She's looking for some support, and she gets a decent distance on that one, cuts it down into the ground. Who's it going to hop up for? It hops up there for McAuliffe, who does well on that one. She turns and sends it down into the corner, bit of pulling and dragging inside there. McCartan is on to that one. Maybe her hurley was being held. She goes down. The referee does say that is a foul. She was under a fair bit of pressure there from Katie Ann Porter, and eventually the referee says, yeah, that is going to be a free in. Not the easiest position in the world for a free. It's around there between the 45 and the 20 metre line. But it's maybe only about 10 in from the sideline, which will make this a bit difficult. Referee having a right chat over there with the Cork free taker, in fact. So we're going to see McCartan standing over this one. McCartan got 4 points the last day out against Tipperary, all from frees. So now she has a chance to go again. The breeze is blown directly actually into the goal, so the way she's standing, going that kind of diagonal way, and she goes with the shot. Has she judged it? Yes, she has. Really good score from her. Not easy for a free taker to kind of get to grips with the breeze the very first time they stand over the ball. That's exactly what she managed to do. And the St. Finbarr's player strikes it over for her first and Cork's first score of today after just under 8 minutes. We follow down to Niamh Mallon now. Niamh Mallon comes inside. She thought about the shot. She thinks about it again. She's going again on the left-hand side. Niamh Mallon with this shot does really well. A real individual effort there from Mallon. Won the ball from the puck out, cut inside and strikes it over. It's a good score from Niamh Mallon. You just see her there taking the step back outside and knocking it in over her shoulder and over the crossbar to restore Galway's 3-point lead. This time it's Cork's turn to go on the attack. And the referee, was he saying there was a chop down there, I think might have been the call. And it is going to be a free for Cork and a chance again for McCartan to go again. McCartan just scored a free not so long ago from a similar enough position. This is probably slightly more difficult, slightly closer to the sideline. McCartan, who has won county titles in the last couple of years, she won in 2024 and 2025 with her side St. Finbars, and now she's a chance here to go for her second point at today's game. Just in there by the sideline, you can see difficult enough angle, fair distance out, but the breeze is assisting her, kind of going diagonally across as she's hitting it again. Has she judged that she hasn't? She's hit that just off to the left and wide. So the score remains 4 points to 1, just over 9 minutes gone in this first half, in this crucial clash for both sides. A win for Galway, and unless Kilkenny manage to win by more than 6, they are through by 6 more than they win by, I should say, then they are through to the final. But we'll just concentrate on them winning, I suppose, is what they'll be doing at the moment. And Cork, they also have a small chance as they come on the attack again, a small chance of making that league final, I should say. As that one comes in, that's straight over the bar. Good score from Cork, and that is more like it, their first score from play. Out by the sideline, cut in and knocked over the bar. Didn't quite see who knocked it over in the end, but that doesn't matter. It's gone over the bar. A fine effort from Cork. 4 points to 2 now. The ball sent far side of the field. Cork defending it, and that is a nice run out of the centre back position. That's Laura Hayes, of course. Laura Hayes puts that down into the corner. Oh, that one bounces nicely. Oh, nicely taken. Here is Cahalane, or Cahalane. Maybe she was held there, gives it on as far as McCarthy. McCarthy comes inside, goes over the goal. Oh, it was a centre enough shot. It still had to be saved by Healy. There might be a second bite of the cherry as McCarthy gets on it again. Comes inside. There's a high tackle there. The referee says play on. Cork still have a chance of a score. The referee's hand goes up now. Now there's a turn. There's a shot over the crossbar. It's a shot that really costs absolutely nothing, but it has gone in and has gone over the bar, and that's a good score from Cork. And they deserved something from that after good work. Did a couple of half chances, and eventually they do knock it in and over the bar. And that was McCartan. Cork, another score for them, so it's just 1 point in the game now as Galway run this one out through Manning. Manning, ball on the stick, looking around, putting that down into the corner. Galway just trying to control that. It won't stick too easy. Galway have won it back. Surely a hole in the hurley there. The referee says play on as McPeak gets up there and plays it across into a dangerous enough position in front of the goal, but Cork have defended that one well. And they have it. There's a couple of players pulling and dragging. Galway have won it back. She's gone to the ground again. The referee letting a lot go. We talked about physicality in the game. We like to see that, and the referee is letting that go. The crowd here seem to appreciate that, and no complaints for any of the players out there as Cork are defending this one, and they send it down into the attacking zone now. It just won't stick this time for McCartan. McCartan though has it now in the second attempt. McCartan goes a really short stick pass. Cork holding on to it. This is McAuliffe. McAuliffe boots that one forward, trying to hit Emma Murphy. Emma Murphy now fight for 2 Galway players converging on top of it. They have won it back. That one is hand pass over top. Oh, really good work there by McCarthy. Saoirse McCarthy did really well, but Galway have won it back, and now Galway have it to play into a bit of space. Play down here in front of us. Hands on the back there. Surely the referee says play on as Niamh Mallon is beaten to that one. The ball goes in, and good defending there. That looked like it's Laura Hayes now. Hayes coming out with this one. A couple of Galway players come on top of her. The pass away wasn't the most accurate, but Cork have won it back. But just as I say that one pops up lovely for Mairead Dillon. Mairead Dillon with the shot, and has Mairead Dillon managed to get a score? That's exactly what she's done. Really good effort from Mairead Dillon. The ball somehow just came free and into her possession, and she had no problem. Just came out of a bit of a ruck here, you can see. Again, on the back foot, over the shoulder. Not an easy skill to execute, but she did really well there. And Galway pushed their lead back out to 2. Back as far as Izzy O'Regan. Izzy gives that in as far as Millie Condon. Millie Condon thinks she was just about to lose possession there. Dervla Higgins cut out that one though. Now Higgins has it. Higgins plays it up as far as McPeak again. McPeak plays that one over her shoulder into Dolan. Dolan doesn't manage to get it. A couple of Cork players involved with that one. Again, the Cork player does really well to use her body. That was Rachel Harty. Rachel Harty knew what she was doing there, put her body in the right position. I think she knew there was a foul coming. She was prepared to take the belt, and that's exactly what happened. Harty, of course, who played soccer with Cork City a few years back. She also is a UEFA B licence holder, so she's accomplished at a couple of different sports. And you can see there just her tactical intelligence there to get herself right in the way of that. And she has won her side a free. So this is going to be Laura Hayes. Laura Hayes standing over this one. She got a point the last day out against Tipperary from a free. This is a decent distance out. She has whatever bit of a breeze is there. She drops it in around that 20 metre line. Cork still have it. Can they work something from this? A couple of players calling for it. That's a good stick pass across where there's a bit of space. Nicely picked up there by Emma Murphy. Now Emma beats 2 or 3 players. Emma's still on the ball. Emma, there's still pressure coming from her. She has it now. She's forced to go back outside. This is a nice turn and shot coming in from McCarthy. And Cersei McCarthy has done really well to turn, strike and put that one over the bar. Good score from her. It was really well worked. A couple of players involved in that one for Cork. Emma Murphy made the initial burst through. She gave it back outside. It was nicely controlled. And McCarthy comes on, turns and strikes that one over the bar. Dropping down now, only 1 point in this game despite Galway's good start, but here goes Niamh Mallon, one of Galway's real live wires in this first half. She comes inside, she's looking for another score. She already has one today, that one is going to drop short. Oh, and Amy Lee was lucky there was no one in around her. She had a chance to double down on that and managed to get it out up as far as Rachel Harty again. So Rachel has it, ball on the stick, plays it down along the narrow side of the field again. It was batted down and Galway have won it back there through Higgins. Now Higgins comes inside to Rachel Hannafy. Hannafy under a bit of pressure there from Emma Murphy. She's forced to go back and now it is left in long across the field there from Hickey. Oh, good take there. Nicely taken by Corcoran. Shannon Corcoran turns, difficult at angle. Again Amy Lee. Oh, that's come short. Can it be pulled on? Oh, it came down nicely from Ray Dillon, but it's nicely saved from Amy Lee. The sun is definitely causing havoc up there for Amy Lee in the Cork goal. The second or third time she's tried to go on something and it just hasn't worked out 100%. Thankfully for her, she's very agile, she's up, she's quick, and the ball has been kept from going past her so far in this game. It's come down the other end of the field. Orla Cahalane now. Orla Cahalane comes in, goes out, takes the shot on and bends that one in between the posts. A really good score from Orla Cahalane. She is 3-4 in the league coming into today's game. You can make that 3-5. Really good. Orla came out there, beat her player, thought about going down the right, then go out onto the left, and then just looked up at them posts and put the ball right between them. Good score from Orla. And on 15 minutes, just halfway through or thereabouts through this first half, it's all square, 5 points apiece. Oh, nicely taken. Just couldn't hold on to the ball. That looked like it was Niamh Mallon far side of the field, but she came down without the ball onto the hard ground there. I think she's a little bit shaken after that, but she's up and she's playing along. She'll take a bit of a breather, I imagine. But Galway have the ball back. She might have much chance of a breather. As that one is played short now, it's across the field where there is a bit of space here just around this half forward line. That ball nicely taken up again, loads of time and space for Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon, she was off her feet as she strikes that one. She's on the ground after hitting that with everything she had, but it just seemed to take maybe the accuracy out of it, that effort, and she puts it to the left and wide. Just was kind of spent. She's been involved in a lot in the last 90 seconds or so, and the energy levels are low with that one, and you could see the shot just trailed out and went wide in the end. So 16 gone now in this first half, far side of the field. That looks like it's Porter over there. Porter sends that. In fact, it wasn't Porter, it was David Fitzgerald. David Fitzgerald, a bit of a pull there on Dolan as she went past her player. Dolan keeps going though, takes a lot to knock her down, and she sends this in. The referee has the hand up for the advantage. He's kind of play on the advantage as Corcoran gets this. This time Corcoran goes down, and I think we're going to move ahead now for a free inside the 20 metre line. Good referee in there by Ray Kelly. Played the advantage. There was a second foul coming, and now there's going to be another free. That one worked out well from a Galway point of view. They had the free, but they played on, and they get a chance for a fairly easy score, you imagine, for Dolan to knock one over. She has 3 already today, and you'd imagine this will be very straightforward for a player of her capability. Dolan, who's been involved with the Galway seniors since 2018. Niece of the great Therese Mara, of course. This will be bread and butter for her. We'll just push her team back into the lead here. So as we've said a few times, they're late joining us, an important one for Galway. If they can win this one, they will more or less secure their place in the league final, and that one, as we expected, easy for Dolan. She strikes it over, number 4 for her today. So just to reiterate, Galway currently sits second in the table, and a win today by 6 more than Kilkenny win by, and they are through to the league final. There's also a small chance of relegation if they lose and the results go against them, but we'll talk about that if it becomes an issue at the moment. But at the moment, a win for either of these sides puts them in a much, much better position than a loss. Goes without saying, I suppose. But now Galway in the back of this one, Jennifer Hughes is under a bit of pressure. That was a high enough tackle. The referee plays on. And now it is sent down into the corner, trying to hit it down on top of Niamh Mallon. Niamh looks like she may have it. She somehow digs that one out. Not the biggest player involved in that ruck, but she's the one who comes out with the ball time and time again. Plays that across the field into a bit of space again. A lot of physicality, a lot of pushing, a lot of players involved in that over there. And where is the ball going to come? Cork look like they're going to come out with a hand pass outside, and Cork have it. They're being pushed backwards, but they're holding on to possession. Again, I think it was Barry who put in a bit of a rugby tackle there, brings the Cork defender down, and it is going to be a free out. And we can hear Cathal Murray here and Ger Manley shouting their instructions here in front of us in this eagerly contested round 5 clash. So Cork have a chance to clear their lines of free just on their centre back position. Laura Hayes to take this one, All-Ireland winner in 2023 and 2024, and of course an All-Star last year. Good ball from her straight to Millie Condon. Now Millie's on her own. Where's Millie going to go? Oh, drops the shoulder. She's brought down and she made sure. Oh, it's gone against her. Taking too many steps as a match referee. Kerry Dolan held her ground. Condon went down. It looked like a free from up here, but the referee has the best view in the house and he decided that was going to be a free against her. So a chance now for Kerry Dolan. Is a long, long way out. Hitting into the breeze. Centre of the field. We know she has this in the locker. Just look back to that game in the All-Ireland final last year in Croke Park, much further out and a much more difficult angle, but still nothing easy about this one. Playing into the breeze here in Athenry. She already has 4 points in today's game. Standing over this one again. Going on her left, strikes that with everything she has. She sends it in. This looks to be pretty decent. Oh, it's dropping. Oh, that could have somehow snuck into the back of the net very, very easily. There was a Cork defender on the line. It seemed to come back off her boot. I don't think she knew too much about it. The ball has somehow stayed out. Can Galway get something out of this, or can Cork defend? Again, the sun up there is causing absolute havoc in around that Cork goal line. As of yet, it hasn't led to a goal, but it seems to be only a matter of time. The amount of balls that are dropping in there, and people are just losing the flight of it in the sun. Galway have won it back now in their own full back line. Oh, running into a bit of a brick wall there. McCarthy held her ground whilst the referee decided it's going against McCarthy. McCarthy doesn't agree. Oh, and there's a little bit of afters there. Jennifer Hughes gave her a slap in the back as if to say thanks for that free. The referee is saying he's trying to explain that decision, but I've had a couple that Cork goal up there leading a charmed life. That's the second or third or fourth time balls have dropped in. And fair play to Amy Lee. She is keeping the ball out somehow, despite probably not being able to see what's going on in front of her due to that sun blaring straight into her eyes. So now we have Sarah Healy, it looks like, who's taking this one, coming out from the goals. And she sends that one down again along the narrow side of the field. Oh, just trying to get it into Dolan. Dolan doesn't get it. Millie Condon gets it back. Millie gives that back as far as Coppinger. Coppinger was running into a bit of traffic, so forced to come back outside to Laura Hayes. Hayes has it now. Hayes sends it up along the line to Emma Murphy. Emma has a couple of players on her back. Emma gives that as far as Hayes again. And Cork slowly but surely are making their way down the field. Emma Murphy now. Good pressure for Jennifer Hughes, not letting the ball away. And Jennifer does enough to win that one back. Rachel Hannafy now under a bit of pressure. Is Rachel going to get away? Good work from McAuliffe, and she has got away. Oh, too much playing of the ball, you might argue, down there. And now Niamh McPeak has it for Galway. She has the ball in the stick and away she goes. Plenty of space for her to run into. What is she thinking? She plays that down into the corner. That one is hopping and slipping. It's dropped down, and there might be a chance for Galway to get something on this. Good defending there done by Maeve Cahalane, the Cork captain, just putting the pressure on, but she's beaten. And inside goes Barry, Eva Barry. She was thinking of the shot. The angle is difficult. Oh, she took a lot out of the ball. Oh, and she just caught it too many times as the match referee. I think she was just caught. Will I shoot? Will I pass? What will I do? She wasn't sure. The young player who won an All-Ireland under 23 last year, she just wasn't sure what she was going to do, and eventually fouls the ball, and it is only a free out. So what could have been a very scoreable position leads to Cork getting a chance to just clear their lines under no pressure whatsoever. So we're into the last 10 minutes of this first half. Here goes Laura Hayes. 1 point Galway lead, the All-Ireland champions lead. The All-Ireland runners up from last year, and Galway come on the attack again. This is Niamh Mallon again. Niamh going across the field this time. Good ball from her, or maybe just slightly too much on it. She was trying to hit Corker on the far side of the field. Was really well read by Libby Coppinger. Libby plays that up as far as Millie Condon. Now Millie gets going again. That one just wouldn't stick for Cahalane, and Galway defence has been sharp, and they've won the ball back again, and they're able to come across towards us here. That just wouldn't go into the paw again. Niamh Mallon was the target. Just wouldn't stick for Niamh on this occasion. Niamh, of course, who won a down county title back in 2021. So line ball now taken by Izzy O'Regan. Izzy doesn't get a huge distance on that. She's under pressure there. The ball only went 4 or 5 yards. The referee has said it's going to be a free. Again, a couple of the Galway backroom team, they're not happy about that one, but that doesn't matter. It's going to be a chance for Laura Hayes to go across the field. Laura gives it as far as Izzy O'Regan. Now Izzy has it. She has support outside there from Maeve Murphy. Maeve didn't know there was a challenge coming in there from Barry, but she gets away with it just about. Gives it up to Fitzgerald now. Fitzgerald, two players coming in on top of her, and she sends that one maybe 50 yards, well maybe 20 yards up the field, but it has been turned over. And here go Galway. Good ball inside. It's a one-on-one situation. The Galway player's favourite to get it. She goes down. Possible hand in the back. The referee says play out, but she's up again now. This is Corcoran. Corcoran out by the end line. Good defending from a Cork perspective. Corcoran has it. She has to come back outside to McPeak. Niamh McPeak, can she control on the second attempt? Niamh Mallon goes down theatrically. Niamh McPeak out by the sideline. She's shooting. Difficult enough angle. Has she managed to bend that in? That is a really good score from Niamh McPeak. She had 2 points in the league coming into today's game. You can now make that 3, but really good work from her. Couple of players involved in that when we saw Niamh Mallon went down there, came up to Niamh McPeak, and on the outside, difficult enough to kind of just bend that in from the outside, coming into the inside, but putting it over the bar. Really good score from Niamh, and it just pushes Galway 2 clear with about 6.5 left of the first half. Galway half back line doing well back there, sending it back in again. It is all Galway. Cork really under pressure in the last 10 minutes especially, but in fairness to Galway, they have dominated possession in this first half. That one is coming to Niamh McPeak again. Her confidence is high after scoring less than 60 seconds ago, and you can make that 2 for Niamh McPeak, and Galway really are flying it. Just Niamh seems to be on a rich vein of form there in the last 60 seconds or so, and she is making Cork suffer. She's an All-Ireland intermediate winner from 2022, and now she's involved with the seniors. That's the far side of the field. Orla Cahalane has come deep to try and win this one. Orla was shut down, but she managed to get the ball away before that happened. It's not a great ball though. Hannah Fee has it now for the tribeswomen. She gives it up to Porter now. Porter is running. They're back off to Hannah Fee again. Hannah Fee over the halfway line. 2 players come in on top of her. She has to go back. And now Galway are just spraying this out. There's a bit of pulling and dragging going on here. Nice work there. That looked like it was Izzy O'Regan got to hurley in, but she's lost it to Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon, she's just like a little terrier around there. You can't give her a sniff of it. And this time she just got in front of the Cork defender, and they were forced to foul her. Laura Hayes there getting a speaking to. She might be going in the book. But it was, again, Niamh Mallon who's involved in everything for Galway. And is there a card going there for Hayes? I'm not sure. I don't think one was. Yeah, one wasn't held up. So just a ticking. But she'll have to be careful. And she'll have to be careful of Niamh Mallon. Such a good, lively player who throws herself into everything. And she's won her side a chance to just extend their lead. So standing over this one is Carrie Dolan now. 4 points already today. There goes Carrie again. Plenty of power in that one. She seemed to throw it up nicely and managed to connect nicely, and that's over the bar. So 5 points now for 1 from play. So we're going to pause there. There's a Cork player down who needs attention. So we're going to probably pause with just over 4 minutes to go of this first half. And we're hearing it's level in the game between Kilkenny and Antrim, 7 points apiece in that one. So that's a bit of a surprise, and that does have ramifications that we'll talk about a little bit later in the broadcast. Again, there's a fairly heated discussion going on there between Aoife Donoghue and Ray Kelly. Aoife still talking to her as she goes across to the other side of the field. The 2025 Player of the Year wants to have a chat to clarify something with Ray Kelly, the match referee. We're up and we're ready to go again. It was Izzy O'Regan, I think, who was down getting the attention there. Yeah, it was, and Izzy's up and she's ready to go. She's only back from an ACL not so long ago, so she'll want to stay fit and healthy for as long as she can. So Amy Lee now on the panel since 2015. She's looking around her, has the hand up. Where's she going to go? Again, she has a bit of a breeze at her back. Nicely taken there by Emma Murphy, who's out. She turns, doesn't manage to get a huge distance on the pass though inside, and Galway have turned it over, and they're on the attack again as they have been for the majority of this first half. Oh, that comes inside as a mistake inside, and this is Barry. Barry beats her player. Barry with the shot, and Barry gets the score with a bit of a pressure from the Cork defence. And Barry doesn't need to be asked twice. That's her first score of today's game. She had 1 point in the league coming into today's game, and now she has 2, as we mentioned already. She won an under-23 All-Ireland last year, and she won 2 Ashbourne Cups in her time. She won Ashbourne Cups in 2024 and 2025. A good score from her there. And her side now are 5 points clear. So just like that, it was very close not so long ago. It only feels like a minute or two ago. It was a draw, but now 10 points to 5, Galway lead. Again, good work there. Involved in that one is Donoghue again. Donoghue. That one just squirts out as far as Millie Condon. Now Cork know they need to get a couple of scores before half time. They at least need one against a 2-1 ball inside. It's going to come back outside to McCartan. McCartan comes out towards us, plays it inside as far as Orla Kremen. Not the best ball in the world, but Cork hold on to possession. Now an injection of pace coming into this one. The shot eventually coming in. That was McAuliffe. McAuliffe with the shot. She was half blocked and it just dropped short, and it's easy for Sarah Healy to pick that one up. And now Sarah drops between the 265s again. You'd fancy the Galway player to get to this one first, but she doesn't. The sideline wins the race there. Again, Niamh Mallon ran maybe 40 yards to get there. Doesn't make it on this occasion. And it is the other number 10, Emma Murphy, who's going to get us going again with a line ball. So here goes Emma. She got a goal the last day out against Tipperary. She got 2 in the All-Ireland final last year, but that ball isn't great, and Galway look like they have won it back again through McPeak. Niamh McPeak gives it on as far as Mairead Dillon. Mairead Dillon has a point already today. She plays it in as far as Barry. Barry got the last score in this game. That one just doesn't go to hand on. It's nicely picked up there. Picking up the scraps there is Izzy O'Regan. Izzy gives it back to Libby Coppinger. Libby goes across the field now as far as Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald looking around her. She goes down a fairly central ball into a bit of traffic. Can Cork convert? Yes, they have. That ball comes into the hand. It's sticking just about, stops up there. That looks like it's McCarthy. McCarthy heading maybe away from the goal. Oh, nicely blocked out there. Really good block. Oh, McCarthy threw herself into that one. The referee says play on. To slightly mistimed challenge, you could argue, as that one goes down into the corner. This one is into the main player for Galway so far today, Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon has it in by the corner flag. She needs some support. She's playing well today. She has a point already. She's involved in everything good. Galway have done a Danish ball across. There could be a chance of a score coming here. Oh, where is that gone? It's nicely blocked. Somehow again the Cork defence just about managed to clear their lines again. That's the 4th or 5th Galway goal chance they've had, and just by the skin of their teeth Cork managed to defend that. Back as far as Amy Lee. Amy Lee has it again. Thinks about going left, then comes inside for an easier ball, and just played that one up along the line as far as Millie Condon. Now Millie, oh, she's robbed there by Niamh McPeak. Robs the pocket, going forward, has a couple of options to her right, gives it inside as far as Barry. Barry, she's pulled, she's dragged, it doesn't matter, as Barry just steps inside and strikes that one over the bar. The 2nd point for her of today's game. But that was a huge sequence of play. There was plenty of goal chances, but at the end, Galway get their goal, or get their score, I should say. Niamh McPeak ran in there, gave it in as far as Barry, and she struck it over the bar for her 2nd of today's game. And we've gone over the 30 minutes, but we did have a bit of a stoppage there not so long ago when Izzy O'Regan was down injured, so we would expect at least a minute. And now Dolan getting a bit of attention. We hear Ray Kelly there shouting instructions out there. Dolan is back up and she's ready to go again. There's actually there's 2 Galway players down off camera there as well, so we've a bit of walking wounded at the moment, but we're playing on as this one comes as far as Orla Kremen. Orla cuts inside. 2 Galway players try to shut her down. They're not able to, as Cork continue this attack. They need a score before half time. Look at that score, we're 11 points to 5, and they may have managed to do it as they work the ball into a scoreable enough position, and a foul is committed there. That's just there around that 45 metre line, and a chance for Cork to get a score. They haven't scored for some time. This may be the last action of this first half, and Cork had really wanted to be a score for them. So a chance. Who's going to stand over this one? Looks like it's going to be Circa McCartan to go again. Circa, who already has 2 today, 2 frees. She has scored, as I said, 4 points against Tipperary the last day out, 2 points today. Her father Greg won an All-Ireland with Down back in the 90s. Now here she goes. Here goes Circa McCartan to go again. 2 points already to her name. Strikes that one really nicely, but I think it's going to go out to the right and wide. A really relaxed style about her strike there, but it does go out to the right and wide, and she would obviously much prefer that to go between the posts. But the score remains Galway 11 points, Cork 5 points, and we've played 31 and a half minutes. That goes short up along as far as Black. Roisin Black takes that on the stick. Now we're looking to clear it really long across the field. Is there going to be time for one more score before the referee blows this one up? Cork have won it back there. That looks like a Hayes again. Hayes is fouled, and the referee says, I've seen enough in this first half. 11 points for Galway, 5 points for Cork. And really you can't argue with that score. It has been Galway who've been well on top in this game, well on top from the very start. Just to run down through a couple of scorers: Carrie Dolan, she has 5 today, 4 of them from frees. Niamh McPeak has 2, Niamh Mallon has 1, Mairead Dillon has 1, and Barry inside in the corner also has 2. They have been the more impressive side in this first half. Cork have had a couple of scores there. Circa McCartan has 2 from a free, Orla Callahan has 1, Saoirse McCarthy has 1. I think Saoirse McCarthy might even have 2 their scores, but 5 points in the first half. They won't be delighted about that, considering they had the breeze. Now the breeze may not be that helpful, as it's kind of going from one corner diagonally down into the other corner, but it was probably with Cork in that first half. So half-time score here is Galway 11 points, Cork 5 points. We're going to pause for half-time, but we'll be back in plenty of time for full coverage of the second half very shortly. Welcome back to Kenny Park here in Athenry, and Cork have been out for the last 3 or 4 minutes maybe as per schedule. Galway, as is their want, as is what they seem to do in every game, they've stayed a few minutes longer in the dressing room. Now eventually, after repeated blowing of the whistle from match referee Ray Kelly, here come Galway. Now this is a huge half an hour in Cork Camogie's season. At the moment it's Antrim 8 points, Kilkenny 8 points. If Antrim were to win that game and Cork were to lose, Cork would get relegated to Division 2 for next year. So this is massive. I presume that was communicated to the players at half time, but this could be huge. Cork should come out all guns blazing here. In the other game, Tipperary are well ahead against Waterford. We know Waterford are already in the final, and Tipperary be hoping to do everything they can to get there, and the bigger the win they can get, the better chance of that. But the bigger thing, I suppose, from what we're watching here in front of us, at the moment, Galway would go into the league final and Cork would just about survive on score difference if it was a draw in that Kilkenny-Antrim game. But if Antrim were to win that game, and as I said, it's 8 points apiece at the moment, and Cork were to lose here, and at the moment, as you can see, they're down 11 points to 5, then Cork would be going to Division 2 for next year, and straight away we expect to see an up intensity from Cork in this second half. Just looking out there, I don't see any changes on the Cork side anyway. So Galway, as I said, only just came out there as we were speaking, so we're just trying to look at all their numbers to see if there are any changes. Don't see any just yet. There's no official here announcing any changes either, so we'll just have to use our own eyes and ears. But we will have a free now to get things going for Galway. A chance for Dolan to go again. Dolan has 5 in that first half, and now she's a chance to go again just inside the 65. And the breeze has lapsed a small bit. As I say that, maybe kicks up another bit, but it is going Galway's way in this second half. Now it has died down a lot, but it's swirling breeze here in Athenry. It's hard for a free taker even when it's with you. But here goes Dolan looking for number 6. Has she got it? She hasn't. It's gone wide. So she has to be happy for now with her 5 points, and it is 11 points to 5 still in favour of Galway. Now Cork can come out through their own half back. Oh, it's a bit of a tap on the head there. I think it was more of an accident than anything else. The referee, now he's called it back. He's a judge, Aoife Dunn, who just came in a bit too strong there. She did make a connection, in fairness, with the hurley to the helmet, and it is going to be a free. Again, no huge malice in it, just maybe over exuberance. And now Laura Hayes has a chance to go with this free out just outside her own 45. She sends it up along the line. That's going to drop short though from where she was hoping to get it, and Galway have won it. Good defending there. That looks like it's Hickey. Hickey kind of plays it down a blind alley. The ball doesn't go to another player in maroon, and it's turned over there by Kremen. Orla Kremen now has support inside, plays it inside as far as McCartan. McCartan comes back outside. She goes to ground. A couple of Galway players come in on top of her, and Galway have won it. Loses the hurley there. I think it was Mallon gives it up alongside as far as Mairead Dillon. It wasn't Mallon in fact, but it does drop because here's Mallon up at the other end of the field. Good defending from a Cork perspective. Maeve Murphy on the ball now. Maeve gets it up along the line. Not a huge distance on that, and Galway have won it back, and they're to come on the attack once more inside into Shannon Corcoran. Shannon Corcoran trying to go down on that, doesn't manage to get in. Good defending there from Laura Hayes. Eventually, not the best ball in the world, or the ball just doesn't go to hand, and there might be another chance for Corcoran. Second bite of the cherry. 2 or 3 Cork players come in on top of her, and it is going to be a free. And a free going the way of Galway, and they just kept at it really. It's all about perseverance there. There was a couple of chances, it looked like they were gone, but Galway stuck at it, and they have got themselves a free in a very scoreable position now. Do you imagine Carrie Dolan will open her account for this second half? But they just didn't give up on that one. Credit to Shannon Corcoran and a couple other players involved in that one. Just stuck with it, and Cork forced into the foul, and now a chance, as I said, for Dolan to go again. She won an All-Ireland intermediate, or an intermediate club county title back in 2020 with her side Clarence, but she's won every major honour in the game, from All-Stars to All-Irelands to National Leagues, and here she's going again now. 5 points today. Carrie Dolan standing over this one again. It's turned into a glorious day. The breeze has completely gone away in the last few minutes to start this second half, and here goes Dolan, and Dolan, no bother to her whatsoever, knocks that one over. Her 6th in total and her first of this second half, and now Galway's lead goes out to 7 points. So Amy Lee to go again now. Amy goes long with that one, very long with that one. You can see the difference in the breeze has died down. She's dropped it into the other half forward line. Still dropping down for that one. No one comes out with it just yet. Cork have committed more players to this one, so you'd imagine they will come out, and that's exactly what happened. That looked like it was Millie Condon. She plays it back outside to Kremen. Kremen goes back as far as Fitzgerald. Cork have Laura Hayes. I think she's just about avoided a high hurley there. The referee has a hand up for the advantage, and that's where we're going to come back for. Laura Hayes was hoping to make inroads there. She didn't manage to make him. And Ray Kelly just saying, I did give the advantage straight away. Laura wasn't too happy with that high tackle, and now he's going over having a chat with Aoife Donoghue and Laura. Players would know each other well Of course, Cork and Galway have met umpteen times in the last couple of years. They know each other from all-star trips. And now it is going to be Aoife Donoghue. Again, as we talked about a few times, every time we talk about Galway, we talk about Aoife Donoghue. And just the way she plays, right on the edge, gives it her all. But this time she just crossed over that edge, did the Player of the Year from last year. And I'd say she's going to get herself a yellow card now. That's exactly what she has got. So at 4 minutes into the second half, she is on a yellow. So here goes Laura Hayes now to take this one. She's a long way out. She's between the 265s. Her side are 12 points to 5 down. They'd love a score. They'd love to get something from this. They haven't scored in quite some time. Can they drop this in around the house, or is Laura going to go for the score? Is she going to go on Mo Dirac? She sends it in. It looks like the breeze may have taken that, and that's exactly what happened. It took it out to the right and wide, and the score remains 12 points to 5 in favour of the All-Ireland champions and Galway. We'll maybe try and give you an update on how that other game between Antrim and Kilkenny is going when we get it. Unfortunately, we don't have an update just yet. 9 points apiece actually is the update on that one right now. So again, as it stands, Cork would be safe enough and Galway would go through to the league final to play Waterford. They'd only be safe enough on score difference as well. They don't want to be leaving it that tight, so they need to fight back into this one. And it would depend on how much they lose by here. Actually, don't have a chance to do the maths on that one to see what they had coming into today's game. But we'll stick with the play for now as Cork go back as far as Amy Lee. Amy Lee has it. She sends it up along this near side of the field. That's nicely controlled on the stick, trying to turn her player. Just can't get it up on this occasion. That was Emma Murphy, who's giving it her all out there. The referee, said there was a foul. Emma was being fouled and Cork do a free. They're looking to take pretty quickly. She's told to move it forward or take it quickly. And it is eventually sent in there. That looks like it was Maeve Murphy who took it in the end. Maeve sends it in, but again, the Galway defence is resolute. It stands up to that one and comes away with it. Oh, just robbed it the last second there. Kieran Hickey seemed to be coming away with it. Then Emma Murphy gets in. Emma has it. Emma runs into a bit of traffic, forced to go back outside. She sends it outside there as far as Hayley Ryan, who's come onto the field in this second half. Hayley, who has a great club championship in Cork. She's onto the field here today. She's wearing number 13, introduced there at half time, and she's on to the field. But that one doesn't go where she intended it to go. And Galway now come on the attack. Bit of pushing and shoving far side of the field. And Cork have got it back. Hand pass forward there as far as McCarthy. McCarthy needs a bit of support and she is fouled, so it is going to be a free and a chance for Cork to go again. It's a decent distance out. It's maybe 60 odd metres out, but there is a chance for McCarthy to go again. She scored one in the first half from play. She'd love to get one now from a free and just bring her side a little bit closer to Galway. She sends that one in. It's going to drop. Oh, it's dropped short, but really well played there by Sarah Healy. Again, the sun is difficult on a day like today. Now it's nearly blown across the field, or shining across the field in this second half, so maybe not enough of an issue for the goalies, but she still did well. But Cork are on the attack again. That one is coming in from out by the sideline. Difficult enough angle. That looked like it was Niamh McNabola, I think, from the far side of the field again, who would have been introduced there at half time. She's wearing number 12. I think it is anyway. We'll just have a look at the replay. Yeah, and that is Niamh. She's come onto the field there, as well as Hayley Ryan. Both of them were due to start, but Niamh is on now and she has herself a point in this second half. And it's now double scores, 12 points to 6. That looks like it's Higgins now on the ball. Dervla Higgins goes back inside as far as Niamh McPeak. Niamh comes in, she was half blocked, and she sends that down into the corner. Galway, after conceding the score, would love to go up the other end of the field and get one. They really would love to. And here's Niamh Mallon now. She's a player who really just sets things up for them, gets things going for her side. Was there a hand in the back there? The referee says no. Niamh hits the dirt. There's a couple of players coming in to help her out, and the referee says free is going against her, is going to free out to Cork, and they'll be delighted with how that little exchange went for them. Now just to give you an update on that other game, which does have consequences for this one. Kilkenny have gone 2 points up. It's now Kilkenny 11 points, Antrim 9 points. So if it stayed like that, Cork would be safe enough in the division for next year, and Galway would go through to the league final against Waterford in a couple of weeks' time in Nolan Park. So Carrie Dolan now to take this free on the 65. Looking around her, there's a bit of a pocket of space just over the first two players ahead of her. Is she going to try and hit them? And Niamh Mallon went for a run. That's who she tries to hit. Good flick forward, nicely taken up. Oh, she loses her footing there. She just lost that as a result of no other player involved, in fairness to her. And it is going to be, in fact, it was Aoife Donoghue who made that great run. Aoife Donoghue had orchestrated all that, but she's judged to have fouled the ball. And it is going to be a free out. Really good play, in fairness, from Aoife. Just didn't manage to pull it off 100%, and it has gone against her. Now Cork have a chance, and they're able to go through Millie Condon. Millie goes that one, sends it into the corner, a bit of pushing inside. She's trying to hit Cahalane. Orla Cahalane has it. Two Galway players around her. Still Cahalane goes back outside as far as McCartan. McCartan goes right, then goes left. Calling for that. Hayley Ryan is outside her. She's not going to use Hayley this time. She goes back outside. She's well blocked down, and that hops up lovely. There might be a second chance. Still back outside now, kind of Cork trying to work something. Orla Cahalane, back to Orla Kremen. Now Orla Kremen, she took it maybe a slight second too long. She was nearly blocked down, but it doesn't matter. Orla Kremen gets that one over the crossbar. She took an extra second to steady herself. She came very close to being blocked down, but that doesn't matter because at the end of the day, she got it over the bar. She stepped outside, did really well to claw that, and then strikes it over for her first score of today's game. Orla, who won an Ashbourne Cup a couple of weeks ago with UCC, is in flying form, and that's a good strike from her. 12 points to 7, just 5 in it now, as Cork have won it back there through Hayes. Hayes goes back outside. Cork holding on to this one. Nice little cheeky ball over the top to Izzy O'Regan. Izzy gets support there from Hayes again, and now Hayes sets that one across the field. Hayley Ryan puts that down into the corner. Good ball from her, good vision, and there might be a chance inside, just couldn't be controlled. Have a second bite of the cherry. That's McCartan again. McCartan goes past her player, needs some support, goes back to Emma Murphy. Now Emma Murphy, it did open up for her. She's taken a couple of steps forward, trying to make it a little bit easier herself, but she has lost the ball. The ball has gone to ground. The referee's thinking about this one, but he says play on. Galway have won it back, and maybe there was a chance there for Emma Murphy to pull the trigger a little bit earlier, as Galway have won it back and they're able to work it down to the other side of the field. It looks like Galway are on the attack at the moment, and they have the ball through Shannon Corcoran. Shannon Corcoran loses her footing. She's gone to ground. Good work there from Aoife Donoghue. Aoife Donoghue tried to go around there after playing that one forward. Still stuck in the ground a small bit, fighting for this one. Plenty of players committing to this little bit of a ruck, and it is coming out again through Laura Hayes. So Cork are definitely like a different team in this second half. It was all Galway in that first half coming out of those 50-50s. But in this half, it seems to be a lot more Cork coming out of those rucks, and they've managed to win themselves a free that McCarthy is going to take on the back 65, we'll call it. The breeze has kicked up a small bit, so it'll be a lot to ask her to go for a score from here. She's actually been told to go back another bit further, and she's decided, no, that's outside of my range. Someone else can have a crack at that one, and I'll head in a bit closer to the goal. Still just 2 points in that other game. Kilkenny lead by 2, 12 points to 10 in that one. So Cork now to go with this one. That's Hayes again. Laura Hayes puts everything she has into that one. It's going to drop in around the square. It's bouncing. Well, try to just bat that one in. It's still there. McCartan has it now. McCartan controls that one, heading for the corner flag though. Oh, drops two players with little side steps there. Still going strong. And the referee says she was fouled. Really good work from McCartan. She went all the way out towards the corner flag, got onto that one. As you can see there, she didn't give up on it. She maybe didn't control it as well as she would have liked the first time. There's two players on her back, and bang, look at that for a sidestep. Leaves the two of them in her wake. A bit of a pull on the arm there, and it is going to be a free in. And a chance again for McCarthy to have a crack at this one. She scored one already from play. She'd love to score one from a free now and just reduce the deficit down to 4 points if she can convert this. The angle isn't the nicest in the world, but the distance is fairly forgiving. So what can she do from here? So we're right behind it here. We'll have a good view from our commentary position here in Kenny Park in Athenry. Here goes McCarthy. McCarthy strikes that one. She seems to slice it a small bit, but she has judged that to perfection as she strikes it over, her second of today's game. And now we're down to just a 4 point game, and we've only played 12 minutes of this second half, so plenty of camogie to be played over the next 20 odd minutes or so. Can Cork make a lake rally? And maybe if Kilkenny can pull further ahead against Antrim, there's still a small chance they could make a league final, having been perilously close to getting relegated a couple of moments ago. Anyway, we'll stick with the play for now as Galway have one possession. They've worked it back as far as Porter. Porter comes across the field, nicely taken inside on the second attempt. They have it. Oh yeah, there goes Corcoran. She's a lively, nippy player, but she goes outside this time. Back outside, shot coming in, and is that one going in? Oh, just about goes over the bar. That was Niamh McPeak who gets her third of today's game. Another good team move. Came back outside. Corcoran looked around and said, no, I need a bit of support. Goes outside. And then it dropped in and just about hit the back stanchion and goes over the bar. And Galway will be delighted to have got that one to just push them back out to that 5 point cushion. Batted down there again. Galway have worked it there as far as that was Niamh McPeak, but she is robbed at the last minute. And Cork have it back through McCarthy. She's half blocked, and that one just Gary Owens up into the sky. Hard to keep an eye on that one with the sun so high in the air, and eventually has gone out of play, and it's going to be a line ball, and it's going Cork's way, and across comes Hayley Ryan, the Blackrock player, who was the intermediate vice captain back in 2023. She plays it inside, working up as far as Ava Fitzgerald. Ava then leaves it on as far as Izzy O'Regan. Izzy gives it as far as Laura Hayes now. Hayes goes across the field. There is a couple of runners over there. Down is nicely snapped up there by Cahalan. Or the Cahalan, does she need some support? She looks like she might need something. She sends it in towards the danger zone, but it's not a great ball. And Ciara Hickey was in the right place at the right time. But now she's robbed. Now it comes back as far as McCartan. McCartan directly off the stick, but she's put it to the left and wide. But somehow she managed just to rob the Galway defender as she was coming out there. But the shot eventually does go wide. And the score remains 8 points for Cork, 13 points for Galway. And Galway will be playing in the league final if it stays as it is. And Kilkenny have extended their lead against Antrim. It's now Kilkenny 13, Antrim 10 points in that one, dropping down again. And if Kilkenny happen to get too far ahead, as we've said a while ago, Galway need to win today by 6 more than Kilkenny win by. So at the moment, Kilkenny are winning by 3. So we are winning here by Galway are winning here by 5. So actually, maybe Galway aren't into the league final. We'll talk about that a little bit more. As coming on the attack there, that's Niamh McPeak. Niamh with the shot, and Niamh has missed. Oh, and that one looked to be... She had too much time to think about that one, it looked like, as Niamh came forward here. And we actually won't talk about permutations anymore because there's too much to talk about, and we'll just stick with what's on the field for the next few minutes and come back to the permutations maybe in a couple of more minutes' time as Cork come on the attack through Emma Murphy. Emma trying to control that, taking that one up under a bit of pressure coming inside. Oh, really good block there by Dervla Higgins. Now it's come back on the side of the Cork women. That was Kremen back outside as far as McCarthy. Now McCarthy, she has support outside her. Good support, good layoff. Now there might be a chance for Laura Hayes. Laura with the shot. Laura puts plenty of power on that one. Is there enough accuracy? Again, there isn't on this occasion. That has gone wide, and Cork have hit a few wides in this game that they may rue come the final whistle. So long one nicely found there. Sarah Healy gets the ball all the way up as far as Niamh McPeak. She sends it down into corner. Was there a push there? The referee says play on. Niamh Mallon is on the ground as Shannon Corcoran has it again. A very industrious player. She's been involved in a lot today as well. Back to Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon again falling over. She strikes that one. And not for the first time today. She ends up on the ground, but unfortunately for her the ball ends up out to the right and wide. Still 5 in this one. Izzy O'Regan now. Izzy back as far as Laura Hayes. Laura Hayes puts that one into a centre position to Kremen. Kremen controls that one. There's a bit of pressure on her. She has support on the shoulder. Plays to the far side of the field. Millie Condon involved there as well. Plenty of players involved in this little ruck far side of the field. Who's going to come out with it? Looks like Cork have it there through Orla Kremen. Kremen under still a bit of pressure, playing that down into the corner, trying to hit McCartan. Now McCartan has it. There's a bit of pressure on her, but she's beating her marker. She's in by the end line, needs some support. She's been pushed out there. Good defender from a Galway perspective. Not the best ball across, it still might be there. That was Orla Cahalan, but she couldn't control it. And Galway just happy enough to pick that one up there through Roisin Black. Roisin coming out there. Oh, not the best ball in the world. Really good work there in fairness from Orla Cahalan. She's still putting in tackles even though she's that far from home at this stage. Now Barry is on the ball. She plays that down as far as, is that Cork on the far side of the field or Mallon? Either way, Galway have it. That was Mallon. Back outside as far as Dolan. Dolan under pressure as well, going across the field. The intensity of this game has definitely gone up a couple of levels in the last couple of minutes. Oh, Emma Murphy nearly robbed the pocket there, but didn't get away with it because it was well spotted by Niamh McPeak. Niamh plays that back. And Galway still trying to get something out of this, and we're coming back for a free. The referee was playing the advantage, and we are going to have a free, and Galway are going to make a change there. It looks like number 21 there coming on for Galway. Number 21 is Eva Linsky. So Eva Linsky coming on there, wearing number 21. And we're just trying to see who's coming off. I think it's Aveen Barry who's going to come off the field, or maybe it's not. Or it is Aveen Barry, is it? We're just going to... She's definitely coming over, yeah. We thought she got 2 points today. She'll be very happy with her performance. Player who won 2 Ashburns, as we said, and was part of that All-Ireland Under-23 winning team last year for Galway. And she comes off, and off goes Eva Linsky. Now here comes Carrie Dolan with the free. Dolan sends it in, it's dropping, but it's dropping out to the right and wide. So Kilkenny are now gone 6 points up. So Galway, by my calculations, would have to win here by 12 in order to make the league final. So that would be a lot to ask. But again, we'll confirm that a little bit later on in the broadcast. So dropping This one you'd expect to be dropped in by Sarah Healy. So dropping this one in around, it's going to bounce a couple of times. Is it? It's not. It's just, it has just gone out wide in the end. Far side of the field again. It is Cork who are on the attack. That one won't stick it. Haley Ryan isn't going to give up on it though. She has. There's a couple of players on her back. Is she going to manage to dig it out? Galway have dug it out though. That comes up as far as Ciara Hickey. Hickey under a bit of pressure. She feeds that one on again. Players come at her left and right. She holds on to it. Up there as far as Jennifer Hughes now. Jennifer Hughes comes across the field and Galway still attacking for this one. Still going hard at it. And that looks like Aoife Dunn has it now. Aoife turns on a sixpence there, but she's shut down there by Laura Hayes. Still fighting for it. And the Cork defence have stood up well here. Have they managed to win the ball back? They're still going strong here for that one. And have they managed to win it back? See another player gone on there. Niamh Nyland. Number 24 has also come onto the field for Galway in the last few minutes. We saw her here the last day we were up here in Kenny Park against Waterford. She put a good game in that day. Now Galway have a chance far side of the field on the back foot. That's coming in and that has gone over the bar on the home side. Really love that one as Niamh Mallon knocks it over for her second point of today's game. Good score for her. Niamh Nyland there, as we said, came in there at number 24 and a fine score there from Niamh Mallon. 14 points to 8. Just coming up on 20 minutes gone in this game. In the second half, I should say, even so, into the last 10 minutes or so of what is a crucial game here to decide who is going to the league final. Waterford, we know are there. Who is going to join them? All will be decided in the next 10 minutes or so. Galway well on top in this one at the moment. 14 points to 8. Working over into the corner again. Fighting for that one again is Niamh Mallon. There's been a real star for Galway in this game. It looks like Cork are about to make another change here. Claire Kingston coming onto the field to play. So she's coming on is Kingston from Newtonstown, who's coming off there. It looks like Izzy O'Regan is the player to come off the field. We saw her go down injured in that first half. She's also just coming back from an ACL. Oh, a bit of messing going on here. We decide to go back as far as Amy Lee. Amy Lee probably won't thank her colleague for that one, but Amy is going to get involved in that one. She's tearing back towards the goal as Galway have it. Maybe a bit of a push there. The referee says play on, and Cork have just committed enough defenders to this one. It's still gone a little bit messy. Who can get something out of this? Again, just booted and kicked anywhere will do from a Cork defensive point of view. That looks like it's Ava Fitzgerald over there, and eventually order is restored and Cork have managed to work it out the line. And just as I say that, there might be turnover far side of the field. Still there, still neither side really claiming the ball at this stage. And has the ball gone out? Not quite sure. It's not. Cork are holding on to it. Again, far side of the field, and the line ball or a free out has been given. The free out is the final decision there. Going Cork's way. And again, there was nervous moments back there in that Cork defence. But again, Amy Lee held her composure while many others may have lost it. And she did well to just do enough to buy herself some time as her colleagues came back. So here's Laura Hayes to go again. Laura arrows that one into the centre. Nicely taken there by Condon. Millie Condon turns. She won a Premier Junior back in 2024 with her club. And she's driving forward here now. She's looking for some support. Plays inside. Emma Murphy was involved in that one. Oh, Emma Murphy still has it, but she's lost it just as I say that now. And now Galway can go again with that one. Just too much power on that one. It has gone out over the line for a line ball. So, far side of the field again, no one waiting around at this stage as you'd expect. Last game of the league to decide where you're going to finish. Where are you going? Are you going down? Are you going to the league final? The ball is still over there, a bit of a ruck form, and who's going to come out with it? Looks like Cork has it. That looks like it's Laura Hayes over there. Laura forced comes in. Oh, what a steal there, and Galway have won it back. And now there should be an opening back at home. There's even a player down. We see the physio on the field there for one of the sides. Can't quite see who he's dealing with at this stage. Galway have it though. Nicely turned inside. Shannon Corker. Shannon looking around her. Shannon plays it inside as far as there. Aoife Donoghue. Aoife Donoghue comes into a more centre position, then pulls the trigger. Has she got to score? Aoife Donoghue looks confident with herself as she puts that one in and puts it over the bar. Really good score from Aoife, and the half forwards for Galway have been both so industrious as we know they can be. And just another sub coming on there for Cork as we speak. That's going to be Cleena O'Callaghan coming in there wearing number 21 for the last, what have we got to play, the last 7 minutes or so, as Galway lead by 7. Still fighting for this one. Still Referee said it's going to be a quick free. Hayley Ryan looking to take this one quickly. She's giving a signal. She's waving inside. I'm not sure that her colleagues spot that, but she's put it across there anyway. And Orla Callahan was a target. Orla doesn't get it. Good defending there from a Galway perspective, and they have won it back. And is eventually cleared there by Kerry Dolan. Kerry goes to the far side of the field, and that physio still on the field. I think a few minutes ago he was just picking up his gear, as he's doing just now. He's making his way off the field, and Galway still come on the attack. Good run there from Niamh McPeak, and it was nicely spotted. Slightly too much power on it, but she has a chance to gather it. Now she's able to go with the shot again on one leg as she strikes that one in and strikes it over the bar. 4 points now for Niamh McPeak. Just seems to ghost into the right position. The Cork players just lose her time and time again, and you can't do that to the player who won a Purcell Cup back in 2024. Of course, the All-Ireland last year, an Ireland Intermediate in 2022. She has 2 National Hurling League titles. Just a player of her capability can't be left on her own. And now Cork have got it back through Amy Lee. Amy Lee going along with this one. Again, it's double scores just like that. 16 points to 8. Bouncing around there again. Hayley Ryan involved in that one for Cork. I think she has it. Does she have it? The referee has given a free in her favour, and it is going to be taken now by McCartan, it looks like. The referee having a chat though. He's going into his pocket. Is it just going to be a ticking, or is it going to be a card? We'll find out in a couple of moments' time. It looks to be Dervla Higgins going to get maybe a card here. We'll see in a couple of seconds' time, and maybe there's a sub happening here as well. Did a card get risen? It did, so Dervla Higgins gets herself a yellow card there. And we see the linesman in front of us here has his flag up with the referee. So one thing he's seeing yet, Galway are about to introduce a player. So someone has, Galway have just taken off. And shot. That was a shot. It was a cheeky shot, but it does go wide. And Shannon Corcoran goes off to the left and wide. Or maybe it did take a touch, actually. The referee has come across. And so it must have taken a touch as it went across there. Again, hard to see the sun blaring straight into our camera shot here, but we'll do our best to describe what's going on out there. So McCarthy now has a shot from this 45. Surely he's going to drop this in around the house. It's 8 points to 16 in favour of Galway. So here goes McCarthy. There's plenty of players in around the house. Is she going to drop it in, or is she going to go for the score? You'd imagine she's going to drop it in at this stage. So she's standing over this one. She's not. It looks like she's going for the score. She says there's plenty of time left. Seems to be the indication there as she strikes that one in and strikes it over for her third of today's game. The referee not happy that it was taken a little bit too quickly, and on comes Galway. Make another change there. Their number 17, who is Rachel Kelly, coming onto the field. So Kelly on there for the last 4 minutes or so of this game. Galway well on top here in their management. No doubt Colin Murray will be absolutely delighted how things have gone here in Athenry. As Porter is the player to make way there for Galway. So we're still, the ball is in the hands of Sarah Healy. So I think Cork are about to make another change as well here in a couple of minutes' time. So Cork have withdrawn Maeve Cahalane there. I didn't see who came on there. She snuck in, but Maeve Cahalane has definitely gone off. We'll keep an eye out for any numbers. It looks like number 19 may be on there. Dara O'Brien is onto the field for Cork for the last few minutes of this encounter. Far side of the field now. Galway, they're not giving up on this one. They're still going strong. As I said, they're not giving up on getting the score difference they need to make this league final. They're doing everything they can, and that's a really good score coming in from the far side of the field. And it is a good effort. It just pushes them further forward. Good ball down the line. In as far as one of the new girls in as well. She looked fit and lively. That was Niamh Nyland. We talked about her. She played really well that day against Waterford up here, and now she gets herself a score here in today's game, which will do her no bad thing at all for her going forward into the championship, into the league final potentially, but her chance of making the starting 15. So free out now for Galway. And Galway again ringing the changes. Hard for us to keep a track of them. They're making another change there. Alana Kelly seems to be coming on as well. Wearing number 20. So 17-9. I don't think anyone would have predicted that coming up here today. That Cork would be so out of sorts, I suppose, is the best way of describing it. Now, they are missing players. We talked about earlier on. Ashling Thompson, I suppose, a key one that they are missing. And they'll be hoping to get her back as quick as possible. Sticking with the play here again, it's Sarah Healy to take this one. Sarah already has a point in the league she got from a free. She's been told to go back a few metres. Now that nearly puts it out of the range, you'd imagine. She has a bit of a breeze. Carrie Dolan here makes a run here in front of us. Will Carrie be the target? Carrie is ghosting upside here up to the 45 all on her own. This would be a really good set play if that's what they're going for. I think Carrie is the target. They're going down for Carrie with this one. Good ball, lovely ball. This was a really well worked move, but I'm not sure was every Galway player involved in that, because Niamh McPeak picks it up as opposed to Carrie Dolan. She gives it back outside as far as Higgins. Dervla Higgins on the back foot, taking the shot on from the corner back, but it goes out to the right and wide. So the score remains 17 points to 9 into the last minute and a half or so of normal time, and that one is Niamh McPeak again, who's been everywhere in this second half. She just lofts that one forward. Now Galway have won it back. Oh, there's a bit of pushing and shoving and fighting for this one. Who's going to come out with it? Again, plenty of players involved in this bit of a ruck. The ball is still stuck there though, won't come up out of the ground. The referee taking a long hard look at this one, and what has he decided? He's decided Galway can make a sub is what he's decided. They're bringing on number 23 now, so they're really emptying the bench. So their number 23 is Niamh McInerney. She's coming into the field to play as well. Niamh McInerney. And we're hearing 3 minutes are going to be handed on into this one. So she's come onto the field for 3 more minutes. Is there anything Cork can do at this stage? Galway ringing the changes, giving plenty of their players a chance to have a go at this one. But it is going to be interesting to see how this is all going to work out league final wise. Who's going to get there? Kilkenny are 6 points up against Antrim. Galway are well on top here, and Galway are on the attack once more. That one is again Niamh Mallon. Niamh Mallon again falls over. She's been up and down all day today. Again, just gives it absolutely everything. That's why she ends up on the deck so often, because she puts so much energy into attacking the ball and getting the strike away. But this time it goes harmlessly out and wide. So here goes Amy Lee now. Amy Lee sends that one as far as she can down to the other end of the field. She'd love her Cork side to maybe get a goal. But a bit of respectability on the scoreboard at this stage. 17 points to 9. 8 points down her side are. This will be the last game they'll play before they go into the Munster Championship and All-Ireland Series. Still fighting for this one. Who's going to dig this one out? Again, there must be 8 or 9, 10 players involved in that little ruck. The referee, Ray Kelly, not too far away. He's blowing the whistle and he has given it free. It's going Cork's way. He's saying there was a push there. And who's going to take it? It looks like McCartan is going to take that one quick. I think she knew what she was doing. She knew Niamh McPeak wasn't far enough away, and she'd get a bit of an advantage by taking that one quickly, and that's exactly what has happened. The ball has been brought forward, and this is going to be a much more scoreable position if that's what they decide to do at this stage. The last one she did decide to just knock over. Now surely she'll drop this in around the house now. And what have we played now? We played 31 minutes in this second half. So we were told there are going to be 3 added on. We've played one of them at this stage. McCartan surely is going to go low this time. Standing over this one. Throws it up. Goes relatively low. Nicely saved. Still around her. Can we bat it back in? It's still there. Oh, it's just on the line. It's just about kept out. Pulled again. And has that managed to hit the net? Yes, it has. Orla Cahalane looked to be the person who just managed to stroke that home. In the end, 2 good saves initially from Sarah Healy, but Orla Cahalane was the end of that one, and she just managed to whip it home. We'll just watch it again there. 2 decent efforts to keep it out. Just pulled it away. Cahalane steadied herself, blocked the ball, and puts it into the back of the net. Good effort from Orla Cahalane. 3 goals and 4 points she had in the league coming into today's game. She now has 1-1. So she is up there. I'm not quite sure is she top scorer at the moment, but she must be very, very close to it at this stage. That's what, 4-5 in the league. Not a bad return for her, but she'd be much prefer have scored nothing on her side to win. But look at the other end of the field as Galway come in the attack again. Worked it down inside. Can they get something from this half block down? But that's not going to be enough of a block down, as there's enough on that one to strike it in over the crossbar. Good score there by Caoimhe Kelly, the number 25 for Galway, who's not on the field very long either, but she strikes it in and she gets her name on the score sheet. 1-9 now to 8 points. That's what, 12 playing 18. So 6 in it. There's still, what have we got to play here? We're about 30 seconds left of the 3 minutes that were to be added on. Far side of the field, the ball goes out of play. Linesman has the flag up and it is going to be a line ball to Galway, far side of the field. So far side of the field.
So I think it was -5 Kilkenny had come in, so that's a plus goal. Galway are on +1. Galway are now on +7.
So just line ball. Far side of the that one is sent down along the line, doesn't go a huge distance and has just gone back out of play. So it's the far side of the field.
It's a sideline goal on the far side of the field.
So just to bring you up to date, it is Kilkenny 218, that's 24 points. Antrim 112, that's 15 points. So Kilkenny are currently 9 points up in that one. Galway are 1-9 to 18 points. And there is the final whistle. 1-9 to 18 points is the final score here. So Galway have upheld their end of the bargain. Is it enough to get them through to the league final? We're just going to have to keep an eye on that score in that other game. As we said, we've been watching all day, and there is full time in that other game. It is Kilkenny. They finished 2-18, that's 24. Antrim 1-12. So Kilkenny win that one by 9. So just to do the maths on that, we might have to take a couple of moments and come back in a couple of seconds' time. With the full time score here definitely is Cork, who put in a decent second half performance. The first half really didn't go their way. They gave it their all in the second half and managed to turn it around to some extent. But Galway were just too hot to handle today and came out on top. 18 points to 1-9. Galway had a couple of really good standout players. Their half forward line in particular was probably the winning of the game for them. Niamh Mallon, Niamh McPeak and Eva Dunhu all put in huge performances, all got on the score sheet, and all are definitely contenders for the Centra Player of the Match. We're going to take a quick break now. We'll have a look back at some of the best bits of that game. We'll do a bit of sums to try to see, do Galway do enough to get into the league final? We know Waterford are there. We know Cork are also safe as a result of Antrim losing. We'll also come back to you with hopefully a word from the winning manager there, Cathal Murray, and the Central Player of the Match. So bear with us. We'll have a quick look back at the best bits and we'll be back with you very, very shortly. Welcome back to Kenny Park here at Athenry. I'm delighted to be joined by the central player of the match, Niamh McPeak. Niamh, how are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, it was a tough one. It's always going to be a tough battle when Cork are coming to Galway, and especially it was hot out there. So, yeah, it was definitely a tough game, but we got the performance in the end. So, thanks.
Yeah, you made a really good start. You were you 11 points to 5 up at half time. How important was it to make a good start for you today?
Oh, definitely. You know, we needed to start well, and we just went in at half time, kind of reset, and said we take it in 10-minute periods. So we took the first 10 minutes of the second half, and thankfully we kept the scores going over the bar.
We're fairly sure you're in the league final. How important was that at the start of the year? I suppose that you made it back to a league final.
Yeah, I suppose there's 2 cups you can win throughout the year: the league final, and the All Ireland final. So it's important you're in with a chance to win the 2 of them. We probably hadn't the best start to the league that we'd hoped for. You know, we lost our first 2 games at home, and that was something we kind of talked about. You know, winning at home is important to us. So thankfully now we just wanted Cathal. In fairness, he never pushes results on us; he pushes performances, and thankfully we got a performance today.
So what do you think preparation is going to be like for the next few weeks now going into that league final?
The same as any match, really. Joe, just kind of put the head down, head to training, and keep doing what we're doing.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for coming up and talking to us. Congratulations again, and best of luck in the league final. Thank you very much, Niamh. We're going to take another quick break. Hopefully we'll get a word from Cathal Murray very, very shortly. So stay with us.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Kenny Park here in Athenry, and I'm delighted to be joined by the Galway manager, Cathal Murray. Cathal, how are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, delighted. To be honest with you, I suppose first and foremost we're delighted with the performance. I suppose we lost our last 2 home games. We Kilkenny beat us in Bannistow in the first round, and Waterford beat us here in the second round. And we're probably staring down the barrel of relegation, or at least not making the league final at that stage. And look, it shows. The girls showed great resilience, the group showed great resilience, and we went down, got a great win down the reg, got a good win last week up in Antrim. We didn't think we'd done enough, to be honest with you, to get to a league final, but look, we're delighted with today. The performance was easily our best performance of the year so far. Played very well, worked very incredibly hard, and look, it's great to get over the line, great to get the win, number one, but a big bonus to get to the league final, because we probably need that. We don't have any competitive games otherwise. We've no Leinster Championship or Munster Championship. We'd be sitting down today not playing again until the 6th of June, so it's great to have another 3 weeks of training, and looking forward to the final now.
How have you managed to turn things around? You mentioned it yourself, we were here a few weeks ago for that Waterford game. Now I know your maybe preparation due to New York and all maybe mightn't have been as good as you would have liked, but how have you turned things around since, do you think?
The players have turned it around, to be honest with you. I suppose the Tipperary game was a huge game for us. Listen, we probably knew against Waterford we weren't never going to be at our best, preparation. Look, there's so many good teams in the competition, and there's so many teams, the likes of Kilkenny and Tipperary, Waterford, that just at a level, and if you don't prepare properly for them, you're not going to beat them, simple as that. And there's no way we could say we prepared properly against Waterford. Listen, we didn't plan it like that. We were supposed to be back on the Saturday originally, and just had a problem with the booking of the flights. And then obviously girls couldn't come home, and some girls didn't come home till Thursday morning, flew in at 5 o'clock, and had to go straight to work. So that's not preparation for an inter-county game. And listen, Waterford are a better team, and they've done particularly well this year, and they're top of the group for a reason. They're the best team in the country at the minute, and they're a big challenge for us in 3 weeks' time. But I suppose for us it was just about taking the game at a time, and really, really honed in on the Tipperary game, and really got a really, really big performance down there and a good result, and just drove on from there.
You've got a chance to use an awful lot of the panel this year as well. You must be fairly happy with how that has gone in the league so far.
Yeah, big time. There's no doubt about that. Listen, we we feel there's a lot of talent in the group. Listen, it's hard to get everyone game time, and I know there's people frustrated over the last 5 weeks that maybe didn't get the game time they'd like. But listen, we won under 23 last year, and we have a lot of players coming through from that, which is great. And I think there's 5 of that team that was Tog last year that played out there today. You know, Katie Manning has done really well cornerback for us. You know, Ginny Hughes had a brilliant year so far. Midfield, Katie Anna Porter's done really well. Shannon Corker and Aoife Barry started inside today. You know, they're all young players, and you know, it's great to see them coming through now. And we need that. We need players pushing on. You know, we're missing a good few actually from last year. And but listen, it's all about players getting game time and putting the hand up. And thank God they've put the hand up a good bit now.
Yeah, and finally, the league final, as you've mentioned a few times, is a very big game for you. What are preparations going to be like for the next few weeks?
Listen, we'll go after it. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure Waterford will go after it as well. A league final down in Nolan Park. It's great to get down to number 1, because I suppose that the big day out in the semi-finals is down in Nolan Park. So it's brilliant for us to get a dry run at that. Listen, we've lost the last 2 league finals. You know, we got turned over by Tipperary in 2024, and last year, you know, it was embarrassing really, I suppose, the performance we put in down in Thurles. So, you know, we know how important it is to put in a really good performance in the league final, and look, that's what we'll go after. We'll go after a performance, and if that's good enough, that's good enough. But we want to do well, and we want to win it, and we'll do everything we can over the next 3 weeks to prepare for that.
Brilliant. Carl, thanks very much for coming over, talking to us. Congratulations on making the league final, and best of luck for the rest of the year. That's about all we have time for here. You can head back in if you want, Carl, to talk to your girls. No, what? Oh, we'll drop that back into you. Thanks very much, Carl, there, for talking to us there. The Galway winning manager, delighted to be back in a league final. My name is Paul Jenkins. Thanks very much for your company this afternoon. Thanks to Owen and Luke and production. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of today's game, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.